Hello everybody, it's Penny Shelton here, welcoming you to a new episode of Foodie Friday. Before I get into today's presentation, I wanted to take a minute and really thank Michelle Kay of It's a High Raw Life and Raw Food Rehab for guest chefing it up in the Foodie Friday kitchen during the month of February. She brought some amazing recipes that I know so many of you enjoyed her, getting to know her better. And I mean, the recipes were perfect. We were in the middle of a 28-day total reset cleanse in the month of February, and she really brought down the house with her awesome recipes. I hope a lot of you are enjoying them. I want to encourage you, if you're not already, to be sure to follow Michelle Kay on her YouTube channel, It's a High Raw Life, and her website, itsahigrawlife.com. I'll put links to both of those underneath this video so you can stay plugged in to all of her wonderful creations that she's always cranking out in her raw food kitchen. So today I wanted to bring you a recipe out of my most recent March recipe supplement that I put together for all of you who are involved in the Resolve to Evolve 11-week total health and wellness initiative. This particular recipe is one that is included, but I don't have a photograph for, so I thought I would go ahead and make it for you today. It's the Vietnamese kelp noodle bowl, and I don't know how many of you all have eaten kelp noodles before, but they're really a cool product. They're 100% raw, and I actually wrote some notes down so I could tell you a little bit about kelp noodles. They are available at Natural Zing. They're available at Raw Food World, which we are affiliated with, and you can just go over to the link on the right side of the Raw Food Rehab page, click on search for kelp noodles, and they'll pop right up. So what are kelp noodles? If you don't already know, they're a sea vegetable that's been made into the form of an easy-to-use noodle. They're made only of kelp and brown seaweed and water. They are fat-free, gluten-free, and they're very low in carbs and calories. They're a rich source of trace minerals, including iodine, which most of you know who have thyroid issues, that iodine is very supportive to proper and healthy thyroid function. So most of us need more trace minerals, including iodine, in our diets. This is really an easy and great way to get that into our diets as well as our families. So all you need to do with these noodles, they're packed in water, and so all you need to do is open the package and rinse them really well. Now what I normally do, and I don't know why I do this, I probably heard it somewhere on the internet, is I rinse them and then I put them into a bowl of chilled water and just put them in the refrigerator for a little bit while I'm putting together the ingredients of whatever I'm going to toss them with. So that's how I do it. I also wanted to mention that if you just can't get kelp noodles where you are and you want to make this recipe ASAP, I mean you're ready to make it tonight, you can substitute rice noodles. And the thing I like about rice noodles is they're not 100% raw, so you do have to boil them, so it's a cooked product, but rice noodles are gluten-free, and most people can tolerate them really well. My kids love them, so usually I'll do the kelp noodles for my husband and I, and then I'll do rice noodles for the kids. And a lot of health food stores and Asian markets have brown rice noodles. This is what I got, and it's just brown rice, made of brown rice. I mean, very simple. There's no additives or preservatives in it, and it's a great source of dietary fiber, so we all need more fiber in our diet. So rice noodle would be your substitution if you're not 100% raw and you can't get kelp noodles. So just wanted to share that with you. So let's go into the raw food kitchen and check out what we are going to be putting together in the Vietnamese rice bowl. Come on, let's go check it out. The ingredients for the Vietnamese kelp noodle bowl includes garlic, jalapeno, cilantro. We're going to be juicing up some limes. The recipe actually calls for 1/4 cup of lime juice, which I only have 2 limes, so I'm just going to add in some lemons on that. We're going to add a little bit of raw honey, just a tiny pinch of sea salt, and then I'm going to add some coconut aminos just because I like that soy sauce with soy sauce flavor with this kind of a dish. I'm going to add in just a little bit of fresh ginger. The recipe doesn't call for that, but I'm just going to add that in. We're going to julienne 2 carrots, I'll be using some fresh mint. The recipe calls for a cucumber, which I don't have, so I'm going to add some julienne red bell pepper instead. It calls for a Napa cabbage, which my store didn't have that, so I got a Savoy cabbage. And then here are the kelp noodles that I have soaking right now. And so we're just going to toss all this together and create the kelp noodle bowl. I'm going to top it off with a fresh avocado. And all I need to make all of this happen is the cutting board, my knife, and my julienne peeler. And then I'm going to, along with topping it off with a little bit of avocado, I'm going to crush some raw cashew nuts just to sprinkle a little bit on the top of the dish. So I'm going to start putting this together, and I'll show you in just a moment what the ingredients look like. This recipe really is super easy to assemble and put together. Before I show you the finished product, I wanted to show you what I have done up to this point so you can get a visual on it. Okay, I've already put together the dressing, which I wanted to show you here. Just needed a bowl and a whisk to do this. Chopped cilantro, the juice of, really I used about 2 small limes and a lemon. There's about a half of a jalapeno chopped. There are several cloves of garlic chopped up. I used 3 tablespoons of raw honey. You could certainly substitute the sweetener of your choice. Instead of a pinch of sea salt, I am using coconut aminos because I love that, a little bit of soy flavor in something like this. It is a raw soy sauce substitute. You may have also heard of namashoyu or wheat-free tamari, which would work just as well. So that's the dressing. And then I've julienned the vegetables and chopped fresh mint. This is Napa cabbage, about 1/4 of a cup of this, about 1 red bell pepper. The recipe calls for cucumber, as I told you, but I didn't have that, so I'm adding in the red bell pepper. And then 2 organic carrots. I didn't peel the carrots before I julienned them. I just went ahead and, since they're organic, I washed and scrubbed them. And then what I'll do with this is toss it all together with, once I drain these kelp noodles, and then I'm going to top it off with some freshly crushed raw cashews, and then I'm going to do a couple of slices of avocado fresh on the top along with some mint sprigs. So I'm going to put it together and show you what it looks like. Okay, how beautiful is that? Kelp noodle bowl. I'm going to take a close-up photograph of this. That is just a vibrant display of color and nutrient density here with these little, they're kind of translucent. I don't know, I'm probably too close with the camera for you to see these little translucent noodles. It's almost like you don't even realize they're in there, but they're going to add so much to this dish. Again, you could certainly do this with rice noodles. You could make zucchini pasta to go along with all these other ingredients. But it's a real quick, delicious recipe to throw together for a weeknight meal for yourself or for your family. I can't wait to sink my teeth into it and see what I think. I hope you enjoy it. Well, before I sign off today, I'm giving it a little taste test. Listen, I love these flavors together. If you want to richen the dish up just a little bit, put a tablespoon of almond butter into that dressing. That would make it even more yummy. It would also up the fat content of it. So if you're trying to kind of watch your fats, don't do that. I love it just the way that it is. The kelp noodles are kind of long, so I would suggest that if you're serving guests, you might want to trim them a little bit with your kitchen shears before you toss it into the dish. But these flavors together are amazing. I love cilantro. Not everybody does. So if you're one of those cilantro dislikers, is that a word? Please substitute like chopped fresh parsley, or you could put basil. Basil would be great in this. I think that by the time dinner time rolls around, which is probably about 4 or 5 hours from now, this is going to be absolutely perfect because all of those flavors will have married together and they'll really have developed in 4 hours. So, you know, it's one of those dishes you can eat immediately if you want to, or you can let it marinate a little bit. And it'll be even more spectacular. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you'll try it and let us know what you think. I'll be looking forward to seeing you again soon on another episode of Foodie Friday. Bye.